Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we're diving into some fascinating stories from around the globe. First up, Hong Kong-based firms GA Capital and Hengli Investments are putting two Grade A office buildings on the market due to liquidity issues and a record-high vacancy rate. This sale highlights the ongoing struggles in Hong Kong's office rental market. Next, we explore the intriguing background of Kamala Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who has a long history with China. While Walz criticizes China's government, he believes in a nuanced relationship between the U.S. and China, making him a complex figure in U.S.-China politics. Finally, we're talking milk tea. Hongkongers are taking this beloved traditional drink to new heights by turning it into a premium product. With brands offering milk tea in ready-to-drink bottles and even infusing it with gin and vodka, the trend is challenging the notion that coffee should be more expensive. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage of these stories. South China Morning Post, the owners of two Grade A office buildings on Hong Kong Island, City Plaza 3 and 4, are putting the towers up for sale amid a financing disagreement, 5 years after acquiring them for 15 billion Hong Kong dollars, $1.9 billion US, at a market peak. Hong Kong-based firms GA Capital and Hengli Investments have appointed Savills and JLL to manage the sale of the properties located at 12 and 14 Tai Kwu 1 Road in the Eastern District. GA Capital owns a 65% stake, while Hengli holds the remaining 35%. The office rental market in Hong Kong has been struggling, with a record-high vacancy rate of 13.6% in June and average monthly rents declining to 49 Hong Kong dollars and 70 cents per square foot. The adverse conditions have affected a 10.3 billion Hong Kong dollars loan backed by the Tai Kwu office buildings, with rental income insufficient to cover interest payments. Hengli has not paid its share of the equity injection required to cover the shortfall since late last year, leading to the decision to sell the properties. The sale is expected to close on September 20th, and the buildings will be offered at a discount to the acquisition price. CNN, Kamala Harris's running mate, Tim Walz, has a long history with China that may not sit well with Beijing. Walz moved to China in 1989 to teach high school shortly after the Tiananmen Square massacre and has frequently visited the country since then. Despite his familiarity with China and empathy for its people, Walz has been a vocal critic of the Chinese government's authoritarian practices. During his time in Congress, he supported imprisoned Chinese activists, met with the Dalai Lama and Joshua Wong, and criticized Beijing's policies in Tibet and Hong Kong. Walz's nuanced understanding of China, combined with his criticism of its political system, makes him a complex figure for Beijing. His extensive experience with China offers a unique perspective in the race for the White House, but given the current state of U.S.-China relations, his background may have limited influence on policy. Walz's empathy for the Chinese people and appreciation for their culture make him a difficult target for Beijing to label as purely anti-China. South China Morning Post, Hongkongers are reinventing milk tea, elevating the traditional drink to new heights to preserve it and challenge the notion that coffee should be more expensive. Hong Kong-style milk tea, known for its rich flavor and creamy texture from evaporated milk, is a daily indulgence for city residents, with an estimated 2.5 million cups consumed each day. Gina Li Weishuan, who co-founded Sifu Good Tea during the pandemic, offers ready-to-drink bottled milk tea with innovative flavors and collaborations, such as nitrogen-infused milk tea and milk tea affogato. Elvin Lee Shuke, who has crafted bottled milk tea for 2 decades, sells his products at Lung Feng Shop in Yuen Long, emphasizing the artistry involved in making high-quality milk tea. Young people are also entering the industry to learn the craft, with competitions like the International and Greater Bay Area Kamcha competition highlighting the skill required. Simon Wong Kawa, chairman of the Association of Coffee and Tea of Hong Kong, stresses the importance of the younger generation and product evolution in preserving Hong Kong-style milk tea culture. South China Morning Post. A courier from Lalamove, a Hong Kong-founded logistics company, found himself in a bizarre situation when he was asked to transport a corpse in Shandong Province, China. Despite the customer offering extra money, the courier refused, citing the company's lack of proper equipment for such a task. The incident, which the courier shared on social media, sparked a heated debate online. Many supported the courier's decision, emphasizing the legal and health risks involved in transporting corpses without appropriate facilities. Others highlighted the high costs of professional corpse transport services, which can exceed 10,000 yuan, as a possible reason behind the customer's unconventional request. Chinese law mandates that only approved funeral vehicles with specific technical standards can transport corpses, ensuring proper storage, refrigeration, and disinfection. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong is positioning itself as a key facilitator for Chinese electric vehicle (EV) makers aiming to expand their market reach globally. At a forum in Hong Kong Science Park, Lilian Chong-Manlay, Under-Secretary for Innovation, Technology and Industry, emphasized the city's role as a superconnector for mainland companies. Hosen New Energy Automobile, the company behind the NIDA brand of EVs, recently set up its international headquarters in Hong Kong, tapping into the city's strengths in financing, logistics, and commerce. Industry experts believe that Hong Kong's strategic location and supportive policies can significantly boost Chinese EV makers' global presence. The city's push to become an innovation hub has already attracted several advanced manufacturing enterprises, driving economic growth and attracting talent. SCMP opinion. Despite the increasing prevalence of technology-related crimes, cybersecurity remains a significant concern in Hong Kong. The Hong Kong Internet Registration Corporation's recent examination revealed that nearly half of the city's websites are vulnerable to cyber attacks. Issues such as unsafe hyperlinks, exposed server information, and improper cookie configurations make these sites easy targets for hackers. With technology crimes on the rise, resulting in substantial financial losses, experts urge businesses to proactively address cybersecurity risks. The Hong Kong police have noted a lack of regular system updates, exacerbated by hackers' use of artificial intelligence. In response, a new digital policy office will conduct inspections and readiness drills to fortify cybersecurity measures. As Hong Kong continues to invest in its tech enterprise future, safeguarding against cyber threats is imperative. SCMP opinion. The violent anti-immigrant riots in the UK have sparked widespread fear and caused significant damage and disruption. These riots, fueled by far-right agitators, have led to clashes with police, vandalism, and assaults, particularly targeting immigrants and Muslims. Mosques, immigration centers, and hotels housing asylum seekers have been attacked. The government has mobilized thousands of police officers and made hundreds of arrests, with courts working overtime to bring perpetrators to justice. These events resonate strongly in Hong Kong due to its close ties with Britain. In response, communities have rallied to clean up and counter-protest against the violence, emphasizing that the rioters do not represent them. Despite the efforts to restore order, there are concerns that violence may return, especially over the weekend. The Chinese embassy in London and Hong Kong authorities have issued safety advisories. Social media has played a key role in spreading false information, which has fueled the unrest. The riots were triggered by false claims that a newly arrived Muslim immigrant was responsible for a knife attack that killed 3 young girls. The dangerous role of social media in spreading hatred and misinformation is a global issue that needs addressing. It is hoped that the measures adopted by the British government, along with public support, will restore order and uphold values of respect and tolerance. South China Morning Post. Cole Bennett, the go-to music video director for top artists like Justin Bieber, Drake, and Eminem, is making headlines for his rumored relationship with Camila Morrone, Leonardo DiCaprio's ex. Bennett, the founder of Lyrical Lemonade, has directed music videos for numerous high-profile artists and launched his own music festival, Summer Smash. Recently, he was seen with Morone on a double date and at a Dom Perignon event in New York, sparking dating rumors. Bennett, who grew up in Plano, Illinois, started Lyrical Lemonade as a blog at 17 and later dropped out of college to pursue it full-time. He has directed over 500 music videos and is now looking to focus on feature films. Despite a past conflict with Kanye West over a music video, Bennett has no hard feelings and appreciates West's artistic integrity. Bennett is also expanding Lyrical Lemonade with a new beverage line and introducing new music video directors. While he will still direct a few music videos each year, he plans to make them very special. South China Morning Post: Nicki Minaj's half-sister, Hengli, is making her debut in the music industry but has faced challenges and criticism along the way. Hengli, who shares her late father with Minaj, recently opened up about being bullied and questioned about Minaj's role in her life on the We in Miami podcast. Despite feeling attacked and vulnerable, she expressed no hatred towards Minaj and acknowledged their family bond. In response to Hengli's comments, Minaj emphasized the importance of individual talent and effort. Hengli, who co-owns a crypto exchange called Quantum Swap with Rakim Love, is determined to make a name for herself independently of her famous sister. She also revealed her bisexuality on the podcast, sharing her experiences and hinting at a current relationship. As she embarks on her music career, Hengli is clear that she wants to be known for her own achievements rather than as Nicki Minaj's little sister. South China Morning Post: The highly anticipated film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel It Ends With Us has arrived, featuring Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and Brandon Sklenar in the lead roles. While some fans were skeptical about Lively's casting due to her age, Sklenar embraced his role without letting fan opinion sway him. Born in New Jersey to a blue-collar family, Sklenar's love for film was nurtured by his grandparents, who introduced him to classic westerns. Despite battling social anxiety and dyslexia as a child, he found solace in acting. At 19, he moved to California with no money, working construction jobs and living in his car, before a chance encounter with a manager changed his life. Sklenar's breakout role came in the series 1923, where he sustained an injury on his first day of filming. Off-screen, he shares a close bond with co-star Blake Lively and recently made his red carpet debut with his girlfriend, Courtney Salviello, a personal trainer and nutritionist. The Toronto Star: Vancouver police are alerting the public about 3 scams targeting the Chinese community, resulting in losses nearing $6 million this year. The first scam involves victims receiving calls from individuals posing as Chinese police officers, tricking them into sending money to Hong Kong banks under the pretense of identity theft. The second scam sees victims approached by strangers who warn of impending bad luck or ill health unless they hand over cash or jewelry. The third scam features job advertisements in Chinese, offering up to $300 per day for artwork, which ultimately lures victims into romance or investment scams. Police are actively seeking to identify the perpetrators and urge any additional victims to come forward. South China Morning Post: Carson Beck, the star quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs, has captured public attention with his budding romance with Hannah Cavender from the Miami Hurricanes. Beck, who went Instagram official with Cavender in July, has a sister who is a beauty queen and a family background rooted in public service. A standout since high school, Beck won the 2018 Florida Mr. Football title and later transferred from Alabama to Georgia for college. Known for his love of luxury cars, Beck recently purchased a Lamborghini Urus Performante. Despite rumors about his financial demands from the Georgia collective, Beck remains focused on his football career and lucrative nil partnerships. His on-field prowess and off-field charisma make him a rising star in the sports world. Yahoo US, Leo Carlsson's rookie season with the Anaheim Ducks was marked by his impressive play and significant impact, despite modest statistics of 12 goals and 17 assists in 55 games. From his debut, Carlsson centered Anaheim's top line, showcasing his readiness for the NHL after a strong training camp in 2023. His transition was managed meticulously by Ducks general manager Pat Verbeek, who limited Carlsson's game time to mirror a typical SHL schedule, allowing for recovery and muscle gain. However, Carlsson faced injuries, including a sprained MCL and a concussion, limiting his playtime. Despite these setbacks, Carlsson demonstrated his potential as a dynamic two-way player. His defensive prowess and offensive creativity were evident, although he needs to improve his defensive zone coverage and spatial awareness. Heading into his second season, Carlsson aims to take on a leadership role and build on his rookie experiences, with the potential to become a franchise center for Anaheim. Diplomat. In Taiwan, the appointment of Wellington Koo, a renowned human rights lawyer, as defense minister is a strategic move amidst escalating tensions with China. Koo, the first civilian without a military background to hold this position since Taiwan's military reforms in 2000, brings a unique perspective to the role. His leadership of the Judicial Reform Foundation, JRF, earned international acclaim, notably for organizing legal defense for participants in the 2014 Sunflower Movement. This background underscores Taiwan's need for a defense system integrated with civilian society, addressing the historical distrust of the military. Koo's reforms, including abolishing outdated practices and enacting the Military Human Rights Protection Act, aim to modernize the military and attract Taiwan's youth. His commitment to human rights and his extensive international legal networks position him to garner global support for Taiwan's defense. Koo's appointment highlights Taiwan's role in upholding international human rights and legal order, crucial as China poses an increasing threat. Telegraph. The latest migration statistics reveal a decrease in immigration, a promise made by labor, though the decline is largely due to measures implemented by the previous government. These measures included restricting visas for dependents, raising salary thresholds for skilled workers, and increasing the minimum income for spousal visas. As a result, applications for care worker visas and dependents have dropped significantly, while skilled worker applications remain stable. The number of student visa applications has also decreased, potentially influenced by external factors like the collapse of Nigeria's currency. Labor now faces a decision: either maintain the current restrictions and acknowledge their impact or further restrict immigration to address long-term fiscal costs. However, Labor's recent actions, such as canceling the Rwanda scheme and expanding the Afghan resettlement scheme, suggest a preference for maintaining the status quo, risking a resurgence in immigration and potential voter backlash. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn the lights on screen. What's the latest scene? Just you and me, laugh and disagree. On the couch we sit, talk about the hits, news and bits and bits.